Oh, the recording is now in progress. So, introducing Mr. Alan Hooley, the interview of the day with Mr. Hooley. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for taking some time to have a chat with me. This one is a different one, simply because you've decided that you're moving on,
I have, yes.
which is fine, and we appreciate the time that you've spent with us, and it's been a blast. And I'm going to use this opportunity instead of grilling you about who you are and what you've been doing and those normal questions that I've done so far, but to use it as an exit interview and understand the things that we've done, the things that we've done well, what you think that the things should be that we should do better, and generally go through your exit interview. I understand the reason that you're moving on, but tell me, why is it you're moving on, Mr. Hooley? What have we done to you?
You've ruined me. You've ruined me with the amount of driving I have to do. That's the basic crux of it. It's
Yeah,
the amount of driving, the distance, and
yeah.
I mean, I don't mind. Portsmouth is a better drive back than coming back from Wembley on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah, that's the dichotomy of it, isn't it? Is that
Yeah,
you know shorter journeys take longer. Where crossing
yes.
London can we just like
Yeah,
you know
London's
just
an
not do it?
absolute nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. But then I suppose that's the complicated part when you're trying to service clients that are national, and sometimes we need to send the best of the best out there, um, and you have to travel a little bit further. You're
Yes,
giggling away, but it is
yes,
true, Mr. Hooley. It is
yes,
true.
yes.
So I'm just going to start going through it, and you've ticked here: pay, benefits, location, reputation of the company. So what was your take on that phrase there? Reputation of the company.
Um, that's got to be a lie because I didn't know the reputation of the company, did I? Really?
All right,
The
well,
pay,
coming in and leaving, how is it now?
it's okay. I mean, it's a good company to work for. People are friendly. It's local from where I live, which is nice. So,
Just
but that
not
new
having to
side bit,
travel to all
yeah,
over the.
it's just that is it, really. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's
And
unfortunate.
Dom's
That's
not here,
unfortunate.
so I can have a pop at Dom while he's not here, can't I? No,
I
not
think you
really.
should have as many pops of them as you want, really.
Yeah. No.
Did you understand the job occupation when you started? You said yes, so good. Did you
Yes.
receive sufficient training?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
And I've asked this before, but do you think we're a health and safety conscious firm?
Yes, definitely.
Good. And that makes you feel more secure in what you're doing?
Yeah. Well, you've got to working in somewhere like Selco, you've got to make sure you tick all their boxes. So you've got
Hmm.
to, and once you've done it a few times, then just get used to it, don't you? Getting your barriers out and
Yeah.
make sure you got your high vis on and you
Hmm.
sign in, you sign out, and all that. So yes.
I think it's just a way to work, really, as well, because then at least you're protecting yourself, you're protecting the public, and there's no queries. And it might take that little bit longer, but I think certainly for everybody, they understand why they're doing it, and that makes all the difference for us, for the client, and really for your own health and safety, which
Yeah.
is key, I think, actually.
Yes.
So you've put down here, um, where could you get information to see your job? And you said yes, which is great because communication, I think, is also key. And I'm glad that you've seen that we do our best with the communication in terms of disseminating what we're doing, why we're doing it. If you have got a question that you need answered, you can grab hold of it,
Yeah.
which is great. And why did you what did you find to be your least satisfying job in the driving? And I
Yeah.
totally get that. And I think that for some, it's too much. Um, and it's good that we can have this conversation because it proves that you're leaving in a good place. And then
Yeah.
we're unfortunately leaving you, or you're leaving us, and you're moving on from there. So great. And we've got bunch of tick boxes here with regard to opportunity for promotion, good. Supervision, good. Working conditions were good. Salary, excellent. Oh, and holidays, good.
Yes.
Culture, but there's no culture boxes ticked here.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you want me to say
Well,
about the culture.
culture, I mean, right. So culture, when you talk about an organization, because you obviously understand what the word culture means as it is. Like you can have
Yeah.
different nationalities and they've got their own
Yeah.
culture, and organizations themselves also have cultures.
Right.
So
Okay.
as an organization, you could look at us and you go, okay, they're a friendly organization. The culture internally is friendly. And the culture is that you can have conversations with the higher management, the lower management,
Yeah.
whoever you want. The culture is that they're health and safety focused. I mean, that's
Yeah.
coming from me. So understanding that now in terms of what a culture or what the culture of an organization could be, what would you say? Don't try and mirror what I've said, but would you say
No.
we've got our own unique culture?
Yeah. It's a very friendly culture. It's very nice, and you feel welcome. You don't feel left out or anything. It is quite. It's a nice place to work. I've got to be
Mhm.
honest, it is a nice place to work. So,
So you'll be back in 6 months.
but I might be back in a month. You never know.
All right, cool. Internal communication, tick box on that, good. Tools to job, excellent as well. Right, please provide
I
any.
had to say yes to that because you got me a new van. That's my tool for my job. You got me a brand new van,
When you
which I
come back,
appreciate.
you're going to get a busted one.
Bernard's old one.
Yeah, minus a wheel.
Yeah,
You got to find your own wheel.
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, so that's great. I mean, please provide any constructive feedback you feel would be beneficial towards improving the effectiveness of us as a good employer. You haven't put anything, so
I
I'm
know.
grilling you now.
I don't know what
We
to
did it
say.
all.
Yeah, you did it all perfectly.
I'm sure there were some things,
I mean, I don't really want to. No,
but why
it's a
not?
nice because it's a nice place to work. There's no point in.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
we
want
have
to
to
leave.
use this as constructive for us to learn, grow, innovate. You know, organizations, business need to evolve and innovate 100% all the time, because if you don't, you die. Simple as that. And
Yeah,
that's the way I see things. So any constructive information that you can give us on your way out, because you're an engineer, you were there, you probably hear what's going on, and you don't, and there's little, conversations happen.
more
So
information on the tablets, more pictures would be helpful. But I do
right.
understand the pressure that people in the office. 'Cause there's not a lot of them.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? There's a lot. It must be horrible being in here all the time. The pressure, especially with the boss sitting out there, depending where how happy he comes in on a Monday morning or not.
I'm taking that on board. I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm listening
yeah,
to all of it. Yeah, no, I
yeah.
understand what you're saying. Here we go. What would make you consider returning to work if we gave you a bicycle and your work was only in this area?
Yeah, yes. If I was only working in Penge, no, no. I mean, if you decided to just do, say, you had an area, if you got bigger, and the area was like south, so I was no going through London because
Yeah.
yeah,
So if we
that
got a contract that was in this area, or let's say in Kent
Kent,
or
yeah,
in Bromley, you'd be like, yeah,
yeah, fine, yeah,
you'd put your tools down and say, I'm leaving now, and
yes,
come back to us with
that's
open
the one, yeah,
arms to your
yeah,
broken van that's waiting for you.
yeah, with three wheels. I don't think I'll get far.
Excellent. If you came back to work for us, would you work for the same manager? You said yes.
Yes.
Well, that's good to know. What part does Palu say? None. Great. What made you look for another position? Driving. We already know. What
Yeah.
could we have done to prevent you from leaving? Less driving.
Less driving. Yes.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, it's a very good piece of information that I've taken away. I love working with you. It was supreme. The banter was always there, and it's good to have some lightness to what we're doing every day, because we're always out there doing stuff every day. And it's, having people that are on the tools that understand what they're doing and also can bring a lightness to their everyday, I think is important. So do you want to leave any last notes?
Thanks for having me, everyone.
Oh, well, that's a pleasure. And I'll send you a virtual hug, because you do love a hug, but don't give me COVID next time. All right, mate. That was it, Alan. It's been amazing. We're sorry to see you leave, but if things change, I'll be on the phone.
Yes, definitely.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Take care. You too. Bye.